Hello and welcome to the welcome video for patreon.com/drawingthecircle. Thank you for clicking the link. Very happy to be talking about Drawing the Circle productions on Patreon. So sit back, we got some stuff to cover here, but I think you will like what's on our menu, so to speak. First of all, my name is Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. They are my initials. Chances are you found me on YouTube or on Instagram or whatever. A clue, a tip, a hint brought you at least to this link. I am the president of Drawing the Circle Production since 1998, and that's part of why I'm doing this video, because as of May 1st, 2023, the company, NS Corporation, is 25 years old. So we're launching all sorts of things for Drawing the Circle Productions in general. The YouTube stuff, the website stuff, drawingthecircle.com, just all of it is shifting and changing, and I'm taking the whole month of May to do that. So this is actually the first video that I'm doing in a series of many for Drawing the Circle, because there's just too much to put it all in one video. So welcome. This is the best decision I have ever made creatively in my work, career, and vocation, patreon.com. I love it a lot. And so as I go through this, I may certainly be skipping over some points, because all of the information about what's going on my Patreon platform is really all in the levels of membership. You can see all of this stuff, but I want to touch on some things because there are some changes, so I hear, coming in the air to Patreon, and we're going to talk about that too. So at the moment of this recording, we have 8 levels of subscriber. Seeker, $3 a month USD. Human, $5. Hero, $10. Angel, $12, Witch, $13, Immortal, $15, Mystic, $18, and God, Goddess, the top tier, $20, that gets everything on the platform since the moment I started it in November 2021. I started Patreon, loving it so very much. So we're not quite at 2 years, but just to let you know, all of my subscribers, I say it in every video on YouTube, all of my subscribers get the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s. We'll talk about that a little bit later, as well as the daily check-ins. We will talk about that again later. But there are some certain other things that I have available on my platform that you really can't get anywhere else unless you're paying per view, or, for example, my 2 books. I have Spell Ingredients, which is only available on Patreon to certain levels. We'll talk about that in a minute. Words of Grace from a Professional, which there is a Kindle version available. I'm sure there's a link in the description box to Words of Grace on Kindle. But the original version, which had to be edited and cut down, and certainly is way more colorful. Really, it's the difference between, I don't know, a Fellini movie and Black Box Theater. I guess it's White Box Theater because it's Kindle. It's just very clean and clear. The first one is available. It's lovely, and it is a work of art as far as I'm concerned. So let's talk about it. The Seekers, they get the daily check-ins, the daily live streams, and all the extended readings. Human gets out with a couple of more benefits. You'll see that they keep adding upon each other up into the point of Hero, because Hero gets Spell Ingredients, my first book, as well as a number, I think two different, same series, Witch Class Cycle 1, Witch Class Cycle 2, video on demand that you would have to buy individually on Vimeo.com, which I love Vimeo.com. I had Vimeo.com before I started doing readings on YouTube. So you get that. Angel gets a lot of, gets the whole Angelic series Vimeo on demand, as well as other fun prizes there. The Witch gets video on demand and Spell Ingredients, the book. Immortal gets Words of Grace and Spell Ingredients. So, you know, the Immortals are getting more of the written stuff there. Right, that's the Immortal, yeah. The Mystic gets Words of Grace and a whole lot of Vimeo on demand. And of course, the Gods, Goddesses, the top tier, get everything across the platform. So you really could start, if you like, at a Seeker, $3 a month, and you get me every morning in a daily check-in, an unlisted YouTube live stream link. We may shift as the platform shifts to things that are more perhaps direct from Patreon themselves, right? If I want to do it that way, that's an option that's coming, as well as the extendeds and all of that. But the thing is there is rumor that Patreon might add a free subscription button so people could subscribe for free. And I have decided, should that happen, that I will take advantage of that. But they would be getting all of the timeless reads that I do on YouTube without extended, so only part ones, which means they would be removed. Not all of the past ones removed from YouTube, but moving forward, that would be that they would have access on. In other words, you would get all the timeless reads without extendeds that would no longer be available on YouTube, but you get them for free, right? And then anything else, you could move up the menu. I think that's fair, because I got to pay bills too, like everybody else, right? Been in business 25 years, believe me. I know how to pinch that penny to where it kind of likes it. The daily check-ins, though, are my favorite thing on earth right now. Every morning I wake up and, depending on the day, usually around 7 a.m., a little bit after, right? I do what I got to do. I make my coffee. I look at the astrology for the day. I set everything up on Patreon, and I've been doing it with the YouTube live stream link, so I kind of set that up. It's unlisted, so only if you have the link can you see it. And then I sit and I chat, and they chat back with me, and it's wonderful. And I'm not kidding. Every single time we end it with a prayer, a blessing, a spell, a something to send us on our way. And it really sets me up for everything else that I do as president of Drawing the Circle Productions, a mystic witch, a mystic artist, a spiritual teacher, and really considering the amount of divinatory work I do in a day, not just for general reads online, but clients and spiritual counseling, and I'm always getting messages from people, right? So do understand that a good portion of the work that I do is not on camera. I am actually many people's witch. I am their professional witch, and a lot of them I am just dear friends with, and they turn to me. So do understand this is a wonderful way, Patreon, for me to put what I do out into the world without having to check in on everybody every single day, right? The witch can't go door to door. No, you got to come to the witch. You got to make your way through the woods, and I actually sort of live in a wooded area, so that works for me. And the extended readings will continue, particularly the part twos. They're all relationship based, right? They're the Path of True Love reads and the Romantic Soulmate Contract reads. I might add another part one with a part two at some point. That's not the guidance right now, but you know that you get all of those. And I started making those years ago, and I could only put them on Vimeo on demand. Patreon has given me the opportunity to share that with people who will be able to access those readings as long as the platform exists, as long as I'm alive. And I really think that my last day on planet Earth will probably be the day I retire as well. It's probably going to happen at the same time. I love this. This is what I live for. My mystical art, taking what I have learned as a witch, as a mystic. I've studied all different sorts of religions and traditions and paradigms and paths, and I'm an eclectic. So when I say that I am the Archangel of Lions, I mean, there's a lot of info there that I'm not ready to share right at this moment, but think of an arc, right? Someone who makes a bridge, that I can find that connective link between the East and the West, from the patriarchal to the matriarchal. As long as there's a grain of mystical truth at its core, I can usually find it and integrate it as an eclectic witch. So that's why I'm the fun one. I don't take it all that terribly seriously, because that's when we start getting into trouble. So I have immense gratitude for all of my seekers, humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, mystics, and gods, goddesses that have been supporting me throughout. We could always add another tier. We can always combine tiers. I don't know. The grace of humility, the saving grace, the first and last grace I talk about in my book, Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. The grace of humility, I know that I do not know, but I'm willing to be shown. And that is a prayer. That is a gateway grace that opens me up to all sorts of different experiences, moving me forward on my path so that I can share with great heart-centered joy, love, creativity, and a little New York gay man saltiness with it to make it fun, to make it uplifting and inspiring, and certainly entertaining. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So yeah, 25 years drawing the circle. If you had told me May 1st, 1998, driving east on Long Island to Riverhead to file the DBA paperwork, which eventually became S Corporation paperwork a couple of months later, I would have never have envisioned the work, career, and vocation I have right now, and anything as magnificent an opportunity with so much creative freedom within guidelines on Patreon, with no algorithms, nobody deciding what it is you can see and what you can't. No, you sign up for a level of subscription here on Patreon. You get everything on that level of subscription. And I just can't explain enough. I hope I'm conveying myself how much I am heart invested into my work here on Patreon. We are building a community. And there are people here on Long Island that I haven't met yet who are here on Patreon, but you know we're going to meet up. And eventually, I want to take this traveling. I mean, with the pandemic and everything, obviously, everything shut down for a while. I'm itching to get out there into the world. And if this is a way for me to reach out to people and say, well, you know, there is this place around my corner that does workshops. You know, I could hop on a plane or maybe drive. I don't mind driving. I love driving. I am a Virgo, mutable earth. Let's drive. Let's see the scenes as we go. I would love to do that. So, in closing, I know I do go on, but I'm passionate. Please don't sue me. Thank you so much for watching. And really, come Patreon on Patreon. We are doing a lot of stuff there that nobody else will ever see. Exclusive content, Zoom recorded workshops that I have so many of them that I can do that could keep me busy easily for the next 10 years. Once a week, right? Different levels of subscribers, right? For different things. So do check it out. Click the link. And thank you so much for watching. And seriously, wishing you the very, very best and the very, very blessed of your path, of your spiritual journey, of your hero's journey, your healing path, your path of awakening, whatever you want to call it. Just hang in there. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.